Hi, this is Kevin Harlan, the voice of the NBA on TNT, and you're watching Bay Area Sports Wrap.
Hi. With 8 games left, just from a general standpoint, how do you think you guys are playing? What do you like? What still ticks you off just at this point?
Winning 4 straight on the road coming into tonight, I think the team is performing well and responding to the situation that we're in, looking at the play-in and trying to not only make the play-in, but hopefully improve our seeding as best we can. And you never know. Could even, go higher than that. But every game's important, and we're playing with a sense of urgency, which we need to.
You know on Kuminga yet?
He won't play. He'll play in Houston. So he hadn't done anything because of the knee for the last week, and he's feeling a lot better. He just got a really good 3-on-3 scrimmage, and that's the first work he's done, since he's been out. So Rick felt strongly that he needed to get a couple days work in before he's ready to play.
Clay was probable.
Clay will play.
And then Saric, I know he's out, but what's kind of up with him? I know he hadn't been playing. It's just knees bothering him.
Just day to day with the knee. So, hopefully he'll be ready to go on the trip.
Steve, Luka won the Western Conference Player of the Month for the second straight month. Just your thoughts on him as a player and how difficult it is to slow him down. Yeah,
he's okay. He's fine, yeah. Just an incredible player. I watched them play Sacramento, to prepare for our game. And I think it was the second Sacramento game. And looked like the Kings did a really good job, doing a lot of different things defensively, showing him different looks, and it's like he's seen it all. He just has this amazing pace to his game. He never gets sped up. He's got an answer for everything, and he's obviously playing at an incredibly high level right now, and it's obviously one of the main reasons Dallas is playing as well as they are. But he's got a lot of help, too. They made, I thought, really good moves at the trade deadline, adding to their team. Gafford has really been great for them, P.J. Washington, too, and, of course, Kyrie is playing really well also. So Dallas has done a great job. Jason has really put the team together well, and they're on a good roll, probably the hottest team in the league now, and we know we got a big challenge tonight.
And I was just wondering, did you get a chance to see the LSU Iowa game last night, and your thoughts on Caitlin Clark?
I saw highlights. I watched her game Saturday. That's regional semi. I've been locked in on the women's tournament. The games have been fantastic. Talent level is so high with Juju Watkins and Paige Beckers, and of course Caitlin is incredible. So still great. It's for the women's game to be flourishing. I read that it was the highest rated women's game of all time. But she's an amazing athlete and really, really fun to watch.
You guys are 21-10 in your last 31 games. Like you said, you won 4 in a row, but you still haven't really made up any room in the standings. What does that just say about the Western Conference this year? And yeah, what does that say about the Western Conference?
You got a lot of teams that are really going for it, and that's rare. I think if you look at, the last 20 years or so in this modern era of the NBA, it's felt like you've had a few teams, with windows kind of going for it. A lot of other teams preparing for the future. Feels like everybody's going for it now, between us and the Lakers and Dallas and Phoenix and Denver, and I know I'm missing some teams. So a lot of teams have traded assets to load up right now, and it shows. I mean, this is the deepest and the best I've ever seen the West for sure.
Steve, with Kuminga out, Trace has sort of stepped in the lineup and been very productive. What's different for him? How are the dynamics different playing with that group, with Steph and the starters? And it's obviously worked, but what about that is different than his previous sort of rotation?
I think the biggest difference is that it allows Draymond to play kind of center field. Put Draymond on the 5, or excuse me, put Trace on the 5. Have Draymond roam. Draymond likes having a rim protector behind him. He's, over the years, you think about Draymond, has played with Loon, he's played with Andrew Bogut, played with JaVale McGee. He's played with a lot of centers. So we've really turned him into a starting 5 this year, but, it's a reminder of how powerful he can be defensively if he gets to roam a little bit and he has another big guy to help him at the rim.
Is there, when Kuminga returns, is there a challenge of playing those two together and Jonathan, considering spacing?
We haven't done a lot of it this year. If we do it, it would, I think Steph has to be on the floor, probably Clay as well. There's a spacing challenge for sure, but it could be something we could still go to.
What have you learned about Trace over the last month or so? As his minutes at this point are 25 to 30 per night.
Well, we knew he was good, and we there's a reason we stepped up his minutes because he earned them, and we had watched him at both ends look very comfortable. I think the biggest improvement has just come from understanding the league better now, just the nuances, the patterns, personnel, and he's been playing at a really high level, and he's a guy who fits with any lineup. He's such a good passer, ball handler, so we can put him in our delay actions. You can run, high ball screens with him, but you can throw him the ball in the post too, and he can score down there. So he's a really versatile, talented player.
Steve, what is it about your particular offense and the split actions that you run that a lot of, basically you in Sacramento, because Mike was with you, you guys run them, but very few other teams don't want to play the motion game. What is it about the motion game that has always appealed to you, and why do you think that is it just Steph, or is it something else that's in play here? And are you surprised that others don't even try to do it?
Well, I think the split stuff is something that I ran in Chicago with the triangle offense. That's kind of where I learned it. And Utah used to run it, Jerry Sloan with Stockton and Hornacek, and so I had to guard it. And it's hard to guard, especially if you have great shooters. So when I first got here, we put that in immediately with Steph and Clay, and made no sense not to. And we also had really good passing bigs with Bogut and David Lee, Draymond. So it's always been something we've relied on. It's just it was something more popular 20, 25 years ago, really. But I think this is kind of how the game goes, it goes in trends and people do different things and veer off from one thing, and then all of a sudden you see somebody go back to something from the past. And so I don't know. It's just, it's something that suits our team well and something that I'm very comfortable with.
Coach, over here tonight, as you know, you guys are honoring Oakland Tech, the boys basketball team, first time winning the state championship. What would be your best advice to those players?
I think they need to give me advice. They're the ones who won the championship. So, I just I think it's so amazing to play high school sports and to really learn how to be a team member. And I know, for all of us who have been lucky enough to be in the NBA, it's kind of where it all started, where your first, you play Little League, but, you can't wait to play on the high school team. That's the goal. And it's such a special time of life, and to be able to experience something like Coach Hart and Oakland Tech winning a championship, something that the players will remember their whole lives. So I guess the main thing is for me is that I just think about how meaningful every team is because of the relationships you build and the people you meet and the lessons that you learn with being part of a group trying to accomplish something. So, but mainly I just want to congratulate them tonight. So, and with that said, you got
one last one.
Yeah.
Playoffs for Santa Cruz Warriors kicking off tonight. Any words that you shared with your son, Nick, before he takes on his first playoff run?
Nope, I didn't share any advice. I just congratulated him. The scene the other night was amazing. We showed it to our guys in our pregame before we played San Antonio. The celebration with the group and the water flying everywhere, everybody dancing. That's what it's all about. So I'm really excited for Santa Cruz and for Nick. And, I'll be pulling for him tonight. Coach Hart, come on up. Yeah, we want to congratulate you. We'll be honoring the team. Yeah, come on around.
Hi, it's Sharks public address announcer Danny Miller for Bay Area Sports Wrap. Remember to give us a like and subscribe on our YouTube channel.